Welcome PyCoders to the core Python tutorials for the beginners. So in last video session we have seen the functions very well. Okay, how to define a function, how to calling the function, how to pass the arguments, what kind of errors it will take and all such a parts. Then anonymous function we have done. Then we have done with the return statement too in function. Now, once we have understood all the concepts of function, we need to understood the scope of variables in a Python using the function itself. That's why I have created this video. The scope of variable is more important to understand the function concept and how the variable is going to be created and how it will be accessed in a function. That is more important than this. Right, so let's get started. The scope of variables in Python is going to be divided into the global scope and local scope. All right, so everyone is got with the same question like what is the scope actually? The scope is nothing but this position of variable inside our Python program. All right, so let's get started how to create the global variable, what is local variables and all. All right, so in last video tutorial in function call by value, we have seen the local variables. All right, the local variables are nothing but the variables. Those variables are declared inside the Python definition or Python function. We can call it as a local variable. For that, I will just defining a one single function over here. So I will open my Python ideally and I will create a one single file. All right. Okay, so here it seems I will created a file which is called as def. I will write scope as a name of function, right? So here itself I will define the var variable, right? So I will print a one single message inside function, all right, and we will print the value of function inside function. So inside function var equal to, we will print the value of var over here, all right, and I will write one single statement which is nothing but end of function. Okay, once we have done with this, I will call this scope by passing the value as 10. All right, so I will save this code out by I said local example. All right, I will run this code out, run module, and you can see the value of var is 10 over to there. Right, those variable, those are defined locally. We can call it as the local variables. You can define it by the same. What I will do is like I will just replacing the var from here, and I will defining the var equal to 10 at here like this. And what is this called? This is called as a local variable in Python. All right, so I'm just saving it down as of this function having no argument, resaving the code and checking in the output is quite very same, output won't be changed. I'm just defining that variable in the local variable. What if like I will define a var variable again. Okay, so var variable here again, var equal to I say 30. All right, and after calling the scope I will again print the value of var, which is like outside function var equal to, we want to print the value of var. Now let's check it out, what will be the output it is came for. And you can see the output like this, end of function and the outside of variable is equal to 30. So those function, those are defined outside are accessed globally. That's why those are called as global variables in Python. What is this called? This is called as a global variables in Python. All right, so we have seen the local variables and we have seen the global variables in Python that may be useful in the competitive exams like Wipro, then we will have TCS exam, etc., etc. That may useful for the same. So all the variables in a program may not be accessible at all the location in the program. This depends on where you have declared the variable. Okay, if you have variable inside the function, then it is called a local variable. It accessible in only inside the function. and if I'm defining the variable outside the function, that will access overall at the function, right? So inside the function var has been changed, and outside the function again var has been changed. The scope of variables determines this portion of program where you can access it, and there are totally two basic scopes of variable in Python. One is called as a global and another one is a local. The variables that define inside a function body have the local scope, and those defined outside have the global scope. This means the local variables can be accessed only inside the function in which they are declared, whereas the global variables can be accessed throughout the program body by all the functions. When you call a function, the variable declared inside it are brought into the scope. So this is one example when you can execute the local scope and you can check the global scope variable. So guys, for this video we have done with our concept. By the next video we will see the modules and import in Python. So please stay tuned to our channel. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Do like, do share. Thanks for watching this video. Happy coding.